Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. You have made it to Thursday. Thursday, December 7th. It's just now right around 5 a.m. And I'm starting you off here with FinViz because the only thing that we're looking at today is initial jobless claims. Yes, there is a report at 3 o'clock on U.S. consumer credit, which is fucked. But there is nothing scheduled for today. And more importantly, today is a wash. A lot of people had what they had. They had their email. They had their pre-market alerts. The 45-65 gap fill puts on the SPX, as I mentioned over in the alert room, they would be opening around $1.50. They made it to 18.90. They closed at 14.96. QQQ. That is the weak link now. And I believe it was the 387s that Elongate was trading. He was in at 22 prior to right at the open. It was 22. You don't get that accurate mark here. 229 to the highs at the end of the day. Wound up closing at $1.92. So I know what a lot of you are doing are
get better than others. Look at the power, look at the wind. Look at the shot. Stumbled in, a couple of steps back. That first one rocked him. You're up, brother. Just a couple.
Because, as I mentioned over in the alert room overnight, scared money doesn't grow. Position sizing is always important, which is why when you're trading on the zero DTEs, you're positioned properly according to your exposure and what level of a trader you are. I put out there at 9:30 for people to think about last night. Wikipedia charts. The definition on Wikipedia on charts is how you turn fear, false emotions appearing real, into strength. And that's exactly what you wound up with yesterday with multiple 10 baggers over there. But more importantly, let's bring it over to the spreads because that is where there is a majority of focus nowadays, even though we do have a very, very, very low VIX. 722 at night. Again, risk using what I love, which is that 45.70, 45.65 calls, $3 or above. Mentioned $4 order, you might get a fill, but $3.50, you definitely will get a fill. And as we went into the morning, 5:30 in the morning, and there were $3.50. Gave you a safe spread as well. Safe spread. Don't chew your tongue. 8:30 in the morning, Elongate had a $4 order. Everybody with a $4 order got filled. Where did you close? You closed at 45.49, tagging 45.46, as I mentioned during the course of the afternoon as we were getting there. Where is it? Yeah. 45.46 is open. 45.46 is open. 1:42 p.m. 45.46 is open. There it is. 45.46. Now, I want you to bring this into context because, again, you are playing a video game and you need to understand that you are playing a video game. 19-point gap up. Almost filled the gap completely. There's 3 points. Had a nice range, considering how shitty the ranges have been ever since November 13th. We had a 44-point range, right around the above the high threshold. And we closed red on the day. This is now 3 consecutive red closes. Now, there is no rule about consecutive closes, green or red, just trends that you happen to catch on to and you happen to take advantage of. However, with 3 red closes in a row, nothing scheduled for today other than your jobless claims, I would be very suspicious of 1, getting a red close today, 2, watching all day long for there to be some kind of an announcement that Joe Biden is scheduling a press conference for tomorrow morning.
It's already happening. AI devices are being used to deceive people. Deep fakes. So anyway, I just want everyone to know that I'm a corrupt piece of shit. Fuck Joe Biden and bring back Trump.
If Joe Biden schedules a press conference for tomorrow morning, you know that the jobs report is going to be absolutely fictitious, bullshit, big fucking number. So be goddamn careful about that, because these jobs reports days, I may have it tracked, I may not. Again, beautiful. Love having that bold green highlight. 4570, 4565 calls, 400%. $1 risk, $4 credit. 400% on that twice now. Once last week, once this week. Jobs right here, November 3, Jobs Day. 43.34, ran up to 43.73 and wound up closing at 43.58. Nothing fantastic, but we did get plus 1%. Jobs, plus 1%. Jobs, didn't get plus 1%. We actually broke down, and again, this was in August, so have to take that into consideration. August as well, we had 18 days without a minus 1%, and I need to actually copy that because that is significant for me, for my own track keeping right here, because this was 25. I'll do the math over again later on. We had 25 trading sessions without a minus 1% day, and that's what we wound up getting there on Monday. So, you know what? I'll do this with you. 1785. So it is the sum of, you know what? I'll even remove that. Delete. Sum of, because a lot of you guys don't know how to do this. 1785 is my row. 1785. No. The sum of 1785 minus, where was my last 1%? Was right there, 1759. 1759, and that gives me my number, 26. It's not actually 26 because it was right over here at 1784. So sorry to waste your time, but that's the way the ball goes. So big miss on those 0 DTEs yesterday. And again, this is my stress point. You are a Robin Hooder. You need $22, $25, $50, $25 one contract, $50 two contracts. You're up here getting $200 a contract. One contract, $200, two contracts, $400. This is how you grow a tiny little risk account. The 4565 puts one contract, $1.50, one. You got $1,500 at the end of the day, one contract. You don't need to throw elongate money, Tim money at these things. You don't have to. And it's only mentioned like that because you may not have the experience, the liquidity, whatever the case may be. It's one of those things where when they're there, you take advantage of them, and you take advantage of them in the right way. So enough about that. Since there is very little to talk about, we made it down to 45.46 on the SPX. We have 3 points unfilled. Now, if you are anal, which some of us are, we would say that that gap is unfilled. If you are non-anal, 3 points on a 4,600 point move, 3 points. I mean, come on, we're talking about less than 0.1%. So leave it as what it is, but there is a 3-point gap up above. We have now been in this since November 22nd, holding 45.46. That's why I've placed in there a high risk, however high probability spread over in the, or put spread over in the trade room for you to take a look at. SPY, same thing. right on there, right at that 454. 454 continues to hold. You get these little breaks down here to 453.50, but nothing other than that. We're right there at 454. Again, video game, what it is. We are getting a wiggle, which I'll show you here in a minute. And the wiggle is what we want. We've got our 20-day moving average moving up. Our 10-day moving average, obviously, because we've been in this trend, will continue to be moving up. And our 5-day moving average is moving down, thus inverting the two and starting to cause a quote unquote sell signal for those technical algorithms that are out there. The IWM, again, that move here going back to Friday or on December the 1st, Friday, fucking out of goddamn left field. But here you are. Again, made it up to your 138.2, maybe even to the 150. I mean, we'll put the 150 here. Why not? 150, where are you? 150. There you go. Almost to the 150 extension, 188.32. And now here you have a move down only to the 5-day moving average. However, I will bring to your attention your 100 and 200-day moving averages are right down here at 180. Your 20-day moving average is very, very far down there at 177. And what you can't see, because I have this blocked, is the 50-day moving average. 50-day moving average is down here at 173.45. So your 200-day moving average is above your 50-day moving average, thus allowing for the opportunity to scream and holler that this is a bearish bounce over on the IWM. And I'll finish you off here with the QQQ. The QQQ, nice move to the downside. I would not say that this is a completed move down, but it is definitely a very nice wiggle. The 10-day above the 5-day. The 20-day now having been not once, but twice now being broken intraday as the 20-day moving average continues to move to the upside. So thus, you are starting to get that wiggle, the wiggle that you need. And the wiggle I'll show you here. Here are the futures. NASDAQ futures are up 26 points. And on that 26 points, you're almost overbought. That's what wiggling does. Here we are on the S&P futures. Did not get oversold as we had our sell down yesterday. 44-point range. Did not get oversold. And here we are being down 2 points. We have improved our RSI to the upside, thus allowing for that RSI to get shoved down lower, which allows for price to move down lower. As you see over here on the Russell 2000 futures, it is moving down aggressively lower below yesterday's lows. The Dow, having come back to the 2022 open, making a move aggressively down. A lot of news came out of Japan, so you're going to need to be very, very careful about that, because we'll show you over here /NKD. Japan. Holy shit! The sushi has unrolled, and yeah, you have a very aggressive minus 2.5% move over here on the Nikkei. And to bring that into context, the Japanese yen, which for a very long time had been a focal point, having been up here, up in the 151s, an absolute shit drop of what's taking place today. Just falling off the fucking cliff, and the dollar is not strengthening. However, the 10-year is due to be rebounded. So as I said, that is a very, very high risk trade that's over there in the spread room. I don't suspect that we will get a red close today. Like I say, I don't suspect it, having had 3 in a row. I wouldn't mind it. I'm not going to, go and protest out in the fucking street or glue my hand on the fucking road and, say, we need a green close. No, I'll fucking take 35 fucking red closes in a row. But out of respect for the way that this video game works, I would be very cautious of expecting a red close today. And like I said, I would be monitoring all day long, and I will be until around 1 o'clock. I'm only here until 1 o'clock today for if there is an announcement that Joe Biden is scheduling a press conference for tomorrow. If he is, that would be indicative that you are getting a very, very big jobs report tomorrow. So hang on to your hats, and don't forget, you have an obligation. You don't have only an obligation for yourself, for your family. You have an obligation for your neighbors, for the general public itself. It's Christmas. You need to make as much money now as you can so that you can go online and you can buy these new USB karaoke machines and eliminate them from all of your neighbors having them. Have a great morning. I'll see you in the chat room.